द्राक्षमशेषयच्चनैः विप्रैकृतस्वस्त्ययनं सुपूजितैः अन्नाद्यवासस्त्रगभीष्टदेनुभिः सञ्जातनिद्राक्षम् अशेषयच्चनैः Nandasya of Maharaja Nanda, Patni, the wife mother Yashoda, Kritamajjana Adikam, after she and the other members of the house had bathed, and the child had been bathed also. Viprahi, by the Brahmanas, Kritasvastyayanam, engaging them in chanting auspicious Vedic hymns. Supujitaihi, who were all received and worshipped with proper respect. Anna Adya, by offering them sufficient grains and other eatables. Vasaha, garments. Strak abhishta denubihi, by offering flower garlands and very desirable cows. Sanjata nidra, had become sleepy. Aksham, whose eyes, Ashishayat, laid the child down. Shanaihi, for the time being. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhayacharana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. After completing the bathing ceremony for the child, Mother Yashoda received the Brahmanas by worshipping them with proper respect and giving them ample food grains and other eatables, clothing, desirable cows and garlands. The Brahmanas properly chanted Vedic hymns to observe the auspicious ceremony, and when they finished and Mother Yashoda saw that the child felt sleepy, she lay down on the bed with the child until he was peacefully asleep. Can you repeat the translation? After completing the bathing ceremony for the child, Mother Yashoda received the Brahmanas by worshipping them with great respect and giving them ample food grains and other eatables, clothing, desirable cows, and garlands. The Brahmanas properly chanted the Vedic hymns to observe the auspicious ceremony. And when they finished, and Mother Yashoda saw that the child felt sleepy, she lay down on the bed with the child until he was peacefully asleep. Purport. An affectionate mother takes great care of her child and is always anxious to see that the child is not disturbed, even for a moment. As long as the child wants to remain with the mother stays with the child and the child feels very comfortable. Mother Yashoda saw that her child felt sleepy, and to give him all facilities for sleep, she lay down with the child. And when he was peaceful, she got up to attend to her other household affairs. Thus ends the Bhakti the purport in translation to Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 6 of Srimad Bhagavatam. मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नंदस्य पत्नी कृत मज्जन आदिकम। Nandasya Patni refers to the wife of Nanda Maharaj, that means Mother Yashoda. So Nandasya Patni Krita. Krita means an act. Krita Majjana Adikam. Krita Majjana refers to the act of bathing the child Krishna. Adikam. That means not only Krishna was bathed, even Mother Yashoda and the other members of the house also bathed. What is the reference? The reference is to the previous verse where when Krishna was slanting his body, attempting to get up and turn around. This event of Krishna getting up to turn around itself is celebrated as a ceremony in the Vedic culture, and this ceremony is named as Utthana. Utthana, Utsava, Mahotsava, Utthana ceremony. It is performed when the child turns around. And this is the time when the child comes out of the maternity home. When the mother gives birth to the child, as per the Vedic culture of child care, child delivery, when the child is born, the mother continues to remain in the maternity home. So there is something called as maternity home or maternity room in a house. It is reserved for the purpose of the mother to give birth to the child, and all care is given for the mother. And after the birth of the child also, that mother, along with the newborn baby, they don't come out of the maternity room for the first 4 months. After that only they come out. So, this first outing for the child is celebrated as Utthana ceremony. There are many other ceremonies also which is observed by the pregnant mother even before the child delivery. There are 3 more ceremonies which are observed by a would-be mother before even she delivers a child. The first of it being Garbhadana Samskara, conceiving the child by the husband and wife. That is the starting point. So they perform what is called as Garbhadana Samskara. Then, in the 3rd month and the 7th month of the pregnancy of the girl or the wife, 2 more ceremonies are performed. And this ceremony is observed, I think even in Bengal they observe this even till date. Not sure about other states. They call it as Swada Bhakshana, wherein the mother will eat with the other neighboring children. She will eat food with the other children. So here we see this Utthana ceremony is over, and therefore there was a bathing ceremony, both for the child, and the mother also bathed, and the family members also bathed. So before we discuss a little more in this, so why are these ceremonies observed? It is to bring about auspiciousness to the upcoming child. Any samskara performed, as the very word indicates, samskara, that means purification. To purify the existence even before birth and during the time of pregnancy and after childbirth. Because when the living entity is purified, he can enjoy nectar or happiness in life. The cause of suffering in life is material contamination or karma. So when one is freed from karma, then he has the possibility of being happy. Therefore, these samskaras are a must and should. It's not a question of option or choice. And in the Vedic times, the Vedic followers very strictly followed all these things. And therefore, even their family life was by and large very peaceful and happy, even materially. If you're spiritually advanced, that's a different thing altogether. Then you'll not be disturbed by material happiness and material distress, material pain. You'll not be disturbed. But even if one is not spiritually very advanced, if one follows the Vedic procedures and systems, one can expect even material peace and material happiness in one's life. And that can pave the path for spiritual practice. Because if one is disturbed very much materially, for a common man, there is no impetus for spiritual life or coming to spiritual life. He is thinking, so much I am bothered, so many problems already I have. Let me first settle all these things. Then I will think of Krishna or spirituality. For a common man. So therefore, there are Vedic procedures for a common man, for a spiritualist, for an advanced spiritualist. At all stages of one's life, Vyasadeva is given direction, and one can pick up what is best suited for him at that point of time in life. And that guidance we get from the spiritual master, or the bona fide representative of Vyasadeva. We have to approach the spiritual master to get particular guidance. Otherwise, Vedas are there. It's an ocean. What should I pick up? What should I apply? How should I apply? Will always be evasive, even if one will know Vedic texts. Even if one would have read Vedic literatures, it will always be evasive. It will not be very clear. Okay, I know a lot of things, but what is the application? How am I to practice? It will still be confusing. So the spiritual master is very important in our life. So we are fortunate we have Prabhupada, who is the direct representative of Srila Vedavyasa, coming in the same Guru Parampara of Vedavyasa. We are so fortunate. So these samskaras are very important, and one must continue to do this even today in the modern times, because science does not change. This is called spiritual science. The science of yoga, the This Bhagavad Gita is called the science of yoga. So this science does not change with time, place, and circumstance. So there is contamination of the living entity because of its association with the three modes of material nature. One has to become purified or cleansed. And because this contamination is an ongoing thing for a conditioned soul, therefore, one must adopt to Vedic procedures and learn the techniques and adopt the tools how to remain purified in one's existence so that one can experience nectar even in this life. And that's what Krishna also talks in the Bhagavad Gita. And the whole Vedic literatures is meant for this purification. Therefore, this is being followed even by Mother Yashoda and Nanda, who are the best of the devotees. Even they observed all these Vedic procedures. They are so advanced that they became the parents of the Supreme Lord. Yet, they are following all these rules and regulations because it is necessary. They are also indirectly setting the standard for the other parents. If I don't do for my children, who will do? Just think about it. If we neglect, the child will be in trouble. He will not be freed from karma. Then he will suffer. See? So Mother Yashoda was very concerned about all these things. Although Krishna is beyond all these contaminations, but the Lord and the Lord's devotees act in such a way that they set an example for others to follow. So coming back to this verse now, so therefore they performed the Utthana ceremony and then they took a bath. Before the ceremony, generally any auspicious activity we take a bath. In some occasions after the ceremony also. So after bathing, completing the bathing ceremony for the child, what did Mother Yashoda do? There are 5 important things mentioned in this verse. First of all, they observe the Utthana ceremony, one of the Vedic procedure, thereby strictly adhering to Vedic standards, showing us how we should also follow Vedic standards, Vedic directions, not reject them, not disagree with them, not neglect them. Okay, I don't have to do all these things. At least we are fortunate in Hindu culture. If not all these samskaras, at least some of the samskaras still is being performed. Just imagine the plight of people outside India. They've not even heard the word samskara. They don't even know what is samskara or purificatory method. We do jata karma, garbhadana samskara, chuda karna. So many samskaras we perform. Even vivaha samskara, upanayana samskara. Even after the soul leaves the body, antya samskara we do. But in outside India, neither beginning from garbhadana nor to antya, none of them is being performed. Even one of them is not being performed. They have no clue, no idea also. Can you just imagine how much unfortunate they are? How much unfortunate they are. The living entity is so unfortunate. Has no scope for purification. Does not even know that they are contaminated and they have to undergo purification, then they can become happy. No idea, and forget back to God and all. So we are very fortunate. So we should keep up these practices. So, first of all, they perform the Uttana ceremony. Then, Viprai Supujitaihi. The second important point Shukadeva Goswami mentions is Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they Vipraihi Supujitaihi. They worshipped the Brahmanas and gave all respect to the Brahmanas. You see, it's very important. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj setting the standard. How we should respect the Brahmanas. Very important. We don't follow the normal course as today that we disrespect them. We show all respect to them. As shown by Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Who are these Brahmanas? I will explain it shortly. What kind of Brahmanas they are. Viprai supujitahi. So she invited Brahmanas to her home and she worshipped them and gave all respect to them. Then, after that, Anna Adya Vasa Srag Abhishta Denubihi. Not only worshipping them, receiving them with respect, giving them a seat of honor, a proper place to sit, welcome them, good reception to the Brahmanas, invited to her home. After satisfying them with kind words, etc., she gave them sufficient food grains, dakshina. To satisfy the Brahmana, you have to offer something. So, Anna Adya, food grains and other eatables, maybe vegetables, fruits. Then Vasaha, she gave nice garments, clothing for the Brahmana and the Brahmana's wife, if he is married. Nice clothing, Vastra, Vasaha. Then Srag, referring to garlands. She offered them nice garlands, garlanding them. It's an aspect of hospitality, aspect of showing respect to a superior, to a respectable person, you offer a garland. Then, Abhishta Denubihi, she gave cows. Ishta means desirable. Abhishta means very desirable. So, Abhishta Denubihi, she gave them very desirable cows. Cows are most desirable. In that way, their income is taken care. If you have cow, you don't have to work then anymore. So, Abhishta Denubihi. Anyway, Brahmanas don't work because they have serious business to do than earning money, self-realization and guiding the human society, uplifting them spiritually to Krishna consciousness. That's a very serious business they have got. But earning money being a secondary or an incidental activity, the other classes in the society, they will take care of the Brahmanas. But these Brahmanas are working day and night for the society. Therefore, a basic need of the maintenance of the Brahmana, why will the society not take care? They will take care. Because Prabhupada explains, one of the recent lectures we were hearing, that the individual feels so much benefited by the guidance of the Brahmana that he thinks, my whole life is transformed. My whole life is changed. I got a very good direction in my life. He has changed my life for good. I am obligated to him. I have to show my gratitude. The least thing is the maintenance. That is a very small thing. Anyway, Brahmana doesn't have a very big requirement anyway. He is very simple in his habits. Little food, little clothing, little small place to stay, that's all. So they will happily, the Grahastha will happily take care of the Brahmana. So, Abhishta Denubihi, gave them sufficient cows so that he can get milk and he can prepare a lot of foodstuffs and food grains are there, mixing all this milk and food grains, he can get nice food for his subsistence. He doesn't have to bother about his subsistence. So Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj were sensitive and careful enough to offer all these things to the invited Brahmanas who were invited to their home. And these Brahmanas, Kritastvastyayanam, they chanted Vedic mantras for the auspiciousness of the child. So Krita Swasti Ayanam. The very presence of the Brahmana, coupled with the purity in their Vedic chanting, purifies the entire atmosphere. That is why Brahmanas are very important. Cannot be neglected. They are supposed to be symbol of purity and supposed to be representative of the Lord. Therefore, they are received like this. Such kind of Brahmanas were present during the time of Krishna. And therefore, Nanda and Yashoda consciously invited them and offered them all hospitality. Then, so as the Brahmanas were completing their chanting, Sanjata Nidra Aksham, Mother Yashoda observed Sanjata Nidra Aksham. Sanjata means moving towards. Jataha, to move. Sanjata means it's very obvious, it's definitive, a definite movement. What movement? Nidra Aksham, towards sleep. So, baby Krishna was feeling very sleepy. So when the Brahmanas were coming close to their Vedic chanting, baby Krishna felt very sleepy. So what did Mother Yashoda do? Ashishayach Shanaihi. Ashishayach. See, Shayana. We say Shayana Arati. We put the Lord to rest, right? So Ashishayach means putting down the Lord to rest. Means putting him on a bed to rest. Shanaihi. And Mother, so she, because Krishna was feeling very sleepy, Mother Yashoda lay him down to sleep. And Shanaihi, she also slept with him, at least for the time being, till the child slept peacefully. Has gone to complete sleep without movement. Movement means disturbance. Child is not sleeping. So, until the child went to bed and peacefully slept, Mother Yashoda also slept along with child Krishna. But once she understood that the child has gone to sleep and is perfectly and peacefully sleeping, she got up. She didn't continue to sleep. She is very alert in her service to Krishna. Even the sleeping service also is for Krishna only she did. So then she got up to attend to other household affairs. So therefore, first of all, they did the Uttana ceremony. Number one. Number two, Mother Yashoda and Nanda setting the example, they invited Brahmanas and worshipped them, respected them. Number three, she offered them nice foodstuffs, garments, garlands, and cows, so that their economic issue is taken care. They don't have to bother much. Of course, Brahmanas are not expecting, but they are offering. That is their dharma, grahastha dharma. They are showing the standard. Then, number four, the Brahmanas chanted auspicious Vedic hymns and bring about auspiciousness to everyone present. And number five, how Mother Yashoda, an affectionate mother, is very sensitive, and when she found the child feeling very sleepy, she personally lay down with the child so that he is comfortable and he goes to sleep nicely. And then she proceeded to attend to other household duties. So, in the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami defines what is Vatsalya Rasa. Vatsalya Rasa, or parental love, parental care. Today is a very big subject in the world. You should learn from the acharyas what is parent care. Even parents probably may not know also. You can know from scriptures. Especially Rupa Goswami is a great spiritual scientist, realized scientist. Hmm? There are material scientists, there are also spiritual scientists. Acharyas are called spiritual scientists. There are matter realized souls, there are spirit realized souls, there are both realized souls. Acharyas are spiritually realized souls and materially realized souls. They have realized matter, the creation of Krishna and its constitution, and they have realized also spirit and the Supreme Spirit, Krishna. And such a person is an Acharya. He can become an Acharya to teach. So we get information from these spirit and matter realized souls called the pure devotees of Krishna. Okay. So Rupa Goswami defines the nectar of devotion. When ecstatic love, see, there is what is called as love and there is what is called as ecstatic love. They're two different things. It's more of an embellishment. In the material world, there's nothing like love. In the spiritual world, there's nothing but love. And in the spiritual world, it's just not love, it is ecstatic love. Ecstatic love means love intensified with feelings, transcendental feelings, and transcendental emotions. Ecstasy is an exhibition of transcendental emotion. We have material emotions. There are also, in contrast, transcendental emotions. And this is the subject matter of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's a must-read literature. Prabhupada was saying that this nectar of devotion written by Rupa Goswami and kindly translated by Prabhupada has become a textbook in many universities across the world. And they're studying this book, Nectar of Devotion. And Prabhupada's Bhagavatam has become a standard text in many foreign universities. Unfortunately, Indian universities we don't have. It's very surprising. Anyway, so when ecstatic love develops into relationship of parenthood, when love to Krishna is exhibited in the mood of a parent, considering the Lord as one's child, and if one is steady in this state of ecstasy, one becomes steadily established in this state of emotion and relationship and rasa with the Lord. That relationship is called Vatsalya Rasa. See how Rupa Goswami defines. He defines every single rasa. Similarly, what is Madhurya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Dhasya Rasa, Shanta Rasa. So today we will discuss about this Vatsalya Rasa. So what prompts or what increases this parental love for Krishna? Rupa Goswami has explained. Broadly 5 ways, and the 6th one he says is Adi and similar such things. What are they? The childhood age of Krishna increases love for Mother Yashoda and Nanda towards Krishna. Then Krishna's childish dress, the Lord's dress also increases the love for Krishna. Then the movements of the child. Then the sweet words spoken by a child. Then the nice smile of the child and various forms of childish activities and play which a child displays. All these different things increase one's love for the child. This is the science actually. It is true materially, it is true spiritually also. So therefore we can see in this world, even in this material world, even though when love is absent, still you can see all these emotions experienced by the parents even here. Even if they are not spiritually advanced, still they have these emotions. They have these emotions. Because originally all these emotions are spiritual. But they are perverted in this material world That is the only difference. Otherwise, the soul, he has got the DNA in him, which will not change. The soul's DNA is full of transcendental ecstasy and transcendental emotions in varieties of relationships. So that DNA does not go away. That remains wherever you are. Only thing, it can be projected differently, either spiritually or materially. In this material world, it's projected materially, forgetting Krishna. In the spiritual world, one is very conscious of Krishna. Because ultimately, without emotions, where is bonding? That's why today you see parents have no bonding to children. Because no emotion. No love. No bonding. No emotions, no love because no affection. The finer sentiments are lost. So that's why Vedic system is such that all these things are cultured as the jiva grows up. All these things are cultured. It is natural, but it has to be fanned and oriented properly. Anyway. So let us discuss some tips for child care directly from the life of Mother Yashoda, who is considered the best of mothers in this world and even in that world, spiritual world. Tips for child care directly from the, not books of Mother Yashoda, from the life of Mother Yashoda, practicals it is. Not simply some theoretical, not just some theoretical analysis. How she actually took care of her child Krishna. Let's see. So, Srila Prabhupada explains, an affectionate mother, if time permits, 10 things we'll discuss, otherwise how much ever time permits. So, the first of all, mother must have affection for the child. That's why they don't send children. It is very difficult to part away from the children. That's why the first 5 years, the child must be with the mother and at home, the first 5 years. No question of sending the child out of home, the first 5 years, compulsory. The fifth year, first 4 years, the fifth year, the child is sent. So Prahlad Maharaj says the Kaumaram Acharit Pragno for learning. Fifth year, the child goes out. First 4 years with the mother and father, and especially the mother. So an affectionate mother takes great care of the child. And she is always anxious to see that the child is not disturbed even for a moment. This is the mother's prime responsibility. The child must not be disturbed by any means or reason. And that is the first concern of the mother, first anxiety of the mother, a true mother. That's why you see Mother Yashoda, all the time she is vigilant to ensure Krishna's peace. Krishna must be free from anxiety. And she is taking that anxiety that Krishna should be free from anxiety. Then number 2, the mother will spend all her time with the child as long as the child wants the mother to be with the child. Another symptom of good motherly care. So that the child is made comfortable. So much so, during Prabhupada's time, there were many Grahastha devotees. They used to bring their small babies. But because they were devotees, both husband and wife, so they would come to the temple daily to attend the morning program. And because nobody is at home to take care of the child, so they have to bring the child also, baby also. So they take care, the mother takes care of the child so nicely that even a baby does not disturb Bhagavatam class. Not make a sound, little sound also. Prabhupada said, yes, that means the mother is taking good care of the child. The mother understands what the child wants and keeps the child comfortable. The child is making sound, disturbed, agitating, shouting means the child is not comfortable. The mother doesn't understand. She is thinking, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ತಲೆನೋವು, ಹಿಂಸೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಇವ್ರನ್ನು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. No, it is not the problem of the child. It is the problem of the mother. Mother does not know how to take care of the child. And to put the blame, it's called the blame game. Management, they have brought all kinds of jargons, but we already know all these things. Yeah? Because anyway, child cannot speak. So, shift the blame to the child. Simply, why are you disturbing? Why don't you sit quiet? Why don't you sit quiet? Can't you sit quiet for half an hour? Oh my God, oh Krishna, what is this, my child? So that is the art. How to keep the child comfortable, that the child will not, that also it will not do. And you see Prabhupada's video lectures, some small babies, quiet, they'll be sitting and hearing, not make any disturbance. So here we see Mother Yashoda is so careful and sensitive. She wants to ensure that the child is not disturbed even for a moment. Okay. Then, number 3. As we see indicated in the verse, the mother slept with the child. Not that you put the baby in another room and then you go to another room. Or put in baby care. Oh, baby care is you only. You are supposed to take care of the baby. Is it neighbor's baby? Vedic culture is so nice. Even neighbor's baby you come and take care. Called Datri. We discussed that earlier. Nurse acts like the mother. It is not. She is not a nurse. Almost like a mother. That much motherly feeling they had. Today it is by payment. So that is not nursing. That is not nursing. Nursing is not for payment. Mother's job also is not for payment. So the mother sleeps with the child. Why? So it's because the child's psychology says that it is intuitive actually. Okay, it is intuitive. When the mother is next to the child sleeps very comfortably and peacefully. It is intuitive. You can try that out. Somebody else go and sleep, you go and sleep just for service sake. It will do. Who is this fellow who has come next to me? Who are you? Stranger. Where is my mother? But the child's language is crying. Because child cannot speak at that point of time. So the child cries. Each cry is a language. It's a just like we have COBOL language. What is the today's language? Python, huh? Python, another language? Yeah, the latest language. So different languages. The child has got its own language of crying. And each cry is an indicator. It's a code. Only the mother understands. Good mother understands. Intelligent mother and trained mother understands. Software mother may not know. She knows the language of the software. Unfortunately, does not know the language of the child. And therefore, in the Vedic culture, we don't send the mothers to work. For the simple reason, the mother should first learn the language of the child before learning language of the software. They become expert software language coders. But the child, they don't know. That's why they're sending to child care centers. You should take care of your child. We're not saying the mother should not go to work. But it is also desirable mother does not go to work for the reason, who will show affection to the child? Husband should take care of maintaining the family. His earning should be sufficient such that the wife need not go to work. That is the idea. It's not the question of discrimination. Oh, why woman can't work? It is not from that perspective. The perspective is who will give affection to the child and create bonding. And the father is out there in his job. So the mother must be there who will replace the father also. Compensate the father's absence at home also. So mother is playing a very, very serious role, not casual role. And therefore the Westerners, they thought, oh, we have been discriminated, we will also go to job. No. Job is a very minor thing. And it is incidental. Job, even father doing job is incidental for family care. So that being incidental, it is always secondary by nature. It is not primary. Working is not primary, it is incidental. That's all. Anyway, coming back. So she slept with the child. Prabhupada says, and when he was peaceful, then only she got up. How do you know the child is peaceful? He sleeps without moving his body and limbs. And hands also will not move. Sometimes we see little moving like this. Or legs also moving, body moving, child moves now. When he's peaceful means there'll be by and large no movement. No sounds. So the mother understands that, then she gets up. And Mother Yashoda went to attend to other household activities. Then number 4. This is number 4. Then number 5 is a very interesting practical situation. How Mother Yashoda took care of Krishna is a very nice examples are given by Srila Rupa Goswami. When Krishna was lifting the Govardhan hill, the pastime is on, okay? The pastime is on. So Krishna is actually lifting the Govardhan hill with his small little finger of his left hand. While he was lifting the Govardhan hill, Mother Yashoda wanted to embrace her child Krishna, darling Krishna. But she hesitated to embrace and became stunned. Why? Because she sensed a danger for Lord Krishna, baby Krishna, according to her. The dangerous position that Krishna had accepted. What dangerous position Krishna accepted? The dangerous position which Lord Krishna accepted by lifting Govardhan hill brought tears to her eyes. Anytime if that stick, because Krishna had a stick in his hand, Krishna had a little finger he was holding. Imagine the weight of the mountain upon a little finger. Oh my God. But anyway, she thought Nanda's stick is actually holding all the weight of the mountain. By chance, the stick cracks. The next attack is on Krishna's little finger. Oh. So when she perceived the impending danger awaiting Lord Krishna, her darling, she got stunned and tears started flowing from her eyes. And with her eyes filled with tears, she could not see Krishna anymore. Sometimes, when entire eyes is filled with water, tears, you can't see things properly. So she could not see Krishna properly because her eyes is filled with water. And her throat got choked up. And she actually wanted to instruct Krishna what to do, what not to do at this time. Krishna, you're in danger. So mother wants to give direction, instruction, safety tips to Krishna. And fire is there, fire exit. You put a safety chart. So Mother Yashoda, she is thinking she has to safeguard Krishna instead of Krishna thinking I should safeguard Yashoda. She is thinking, no, my child is in danger. No, I have to direct him. I have to save him. So, because her throat was choked up by anxiety, she could not properly instruct Krishna as to what Krishna should do in this situation to escape. She could not speak. And that caused further anxiety. Imagine the kind of care Mother Yashoda had upon Krishna. Then, continue this instance, Srila Rupa Goswami continues to say, when did Mother Yashoda get relieved actually? Because there are many reasons for her anxiety. So Shukadeva Goswami says, Mother Yashoda, she felt very, very fortunate when she got back her lost child from many, many calamities, time and again. Because so many demons were coming to kill Krishna, either as a baby or as a grown-up boy or youth, adult, All the time the Lord was under attack. But as far as childhood pastimes of Krishna are concerned, when Krishna was in Vrindavan, so many demons came to kill Krishna. Somehow Krishna was saved. And when Krishna was saved and out of danger, Mother Yashoda was the most happiest person on the earth. And she felt herself most fortunate. Because, what is that fortune? She got back her child, her lost child. Beginning with being saved from Putana's wrath. Then she immediately placed Krishna on her lap and began to embrace him again and again. This is a symptom of, this is a natural psychological action. When your near and dear ones are saved from danger and then you happen to meet them, you embrace them repeatedly. This is a psychological or a reflex action. And while she was embracing her son like this, again there were torrents of tears flowing from her eyes. But these were tears of relief. Those were tears of anxiety. These were tears of relief. And again she was unable to express her transcendental joy. One in anxiety, one in relief. See the ecstatic emotions. Varieties of ecstatic emotions in the spiritual platform. Actually, like Mother Yashoda, all of us also have such kind of emotions to Krishna. It is being covered today by Mahamaya. The whole Krishna kindness is to awaken that original emotions to Lord Krishna. Then, Sri Rupa Goswami has written 2 dramas. One is called Lalita Madhava, the other is called Vidagdha Madhava. Very beautiful dramas. One describes Krishna's childhood pastimes in the form of a drama. The other describes Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka after he married. He became the king, he married thousands of queens. That is the other drama. So in Vidagdha Madhava, Rupa Goswami, in this drama, he brings out one episode. One devotee is addressing Lord Krishna like this. My dear Krishna, the touch of your mother is so pleasing and cooling that it surpasses the cooling capacity of the pulp of sandalwood. See the upama, simile. The cooling touch, the very touch of Mother Yashoda upon Lord Krishna's body and how Krishna is feeling. It is more cooling than the pulp of sandalwood paste when smeared or applied upon your body. And it is more cooling than the bright moonshine mixed with the pulp of Ushira root. Ushira is one herb actually. It's one kind of root it is. So Ushira is a kind of root which when soaked with water produces a very cooling effect. Ayurvedic doctors will know about this. It is especially used when in the summer season, the scorching heat. To keep oneself very cool. This Ushira root is used and soaked in water and applied or drunk like that. So the devotee is saying, Rupa Goswami is saying that Mother Yashoda's touch is so cooling like moonshine mixed with the pulp of Ushira root. So moon is also very cooling as opposed to the sun's effect which is very hot. So moonshine itself is very cooling. So therefore we wait for the moonshine after that tiresome day and the heat of the sun. We await moonshine which is very soothing, very cooling. So moonshine mixed with the pulp of Ushira root is the ultimate combination. And Mother Yashoda's touch is like that. See? Even a pure devotee's touch is like that. Touch can also mean physical, can also mean spiritual. He can touch us even physically, touch us even through his glance. That is why we should have darshan of the Acharya every day. He can touch us through his glance also. Sometimes we say, no, drishti we say in our Hindu homes at least. Drishti agide. There is a bad look, there is a good look. That's why the mothers are very concerned, especially of the children. They're very vulnerable. Some bad person glances, it has got a negative effect. A Brahmana glances, a Vaishnava glances, it has got a very pleasing, positive, transcendental effect. The pure devotee glances, finished, you will become devotee. So that is why I said, I talked about Brahmanas earlier. Actually, these Brahmanas whom Mother Yashoda received, they are all Vaishnavas. A Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana, the best of the Brahmana. Best of the Brahmanas. So therefore, they are very, very important. And we have to, be that much respectful. These Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Brahmanas were actually Vaishnavas. Then, there's another, maybe one or two statements I will close. There's another interesting instance Sri Rupa Goswami shares, explaining Mother Yashoda's anxiety for Lord Krishna. So, one of the friends of Mother Yashoda, she addressed Krishna like this. My dear Mukunda, referring to Krishna, if Mother Yashoda is forced to stand on fire, but is given the opportunity to see a lotus face at the same time, standing on fire, but is allowed to see your lotus face, then this fire will appear to Mother Yashoda like Himalayan mountain. That means very cooling, like snow, not fire. Even though she may be standing on fire, but the very sight of Krishna gives her the experience of a Himalayan mountain. Experience in standing on the Himalayan mountains. It's very cooling. On the other hand, this friend of Mother Yashoda telling Krishna, on the other hand, if she is allowed to stand in an ocean of nectar, but not allowed to see a lotus face, then this nectar is experienced by Mother Yashoda as simply arsenic poison. That's all. So, the devotee is praying therefore to Krishna, let this anxiety of Mother Yashoda of Raja, always expecting to see the lotus face of Krishna, be glorified all over the universe. So when will we develop this kind of anxiety is the question. So these are some of the tips directly from Mother Yashoda's book. Few of them. There is also tips of fatherly care from the books of Nanda Maharaj. We don't have time. We are up. So we have to close. So in conclusion of today's discussion, what is the take home? The conclusion is that the parents have such a crucial role to play in a child's life because they should give the child every comfort and freedom from anxiety and love and affection, so much so that the child becomes so much attached to the parents and will 100% emulate or follow in the footsteps of the parents. And if by good fortune the parents are devotees of Krishna, child will automatically become devotee of Krishna. And the child has come to this world, but this world is a world of suffering. And the parents' first concern is to see that the child is happy. But how do you make the child happy? Only by Krishna consciousness. The process to become happy in this world is technically or scientifically called as Krishna consciousness. Because people do not follow, they don't regard this or take this seriously, they continue to suffer and they have no solution for this suffering. Because they don't take it seriously. Therefore, the parents should give all opportunity for the child to become Krishna conscious. By they themselves being Krishna conscious and creating that atmosphere in the home. And because the child becomes very much attached to the parents, and the parents are devotees, actually then the child is become attached to a Vaishnava and learns so many things because the child's first teacher are the parents. Child will automatically learn all devotional principles from home. Parents are devotees and they follow the devotional principles, the child will automatically become Krishna conscious. And you will give the best welfare to the child by making him eligible to go back to the spiritual world. By making him or giving him an opportunity or atmosphere of Krishna consciousness. This is the best gift or the offer or the welfare the parents can give to their children. And this we can see from Mother Yashoda. We'll stop here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.